Anything interesting on the news last night?
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
If you want to know what I have to say, it would probably help if you could hear me. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you two things, both of which you probably already know. First,
this is important. I am not the Green Arrow.
If you're not the Green Arrow, then who is? Who is the Green Arrow?
number two, photos can be doctored. They could have put Bruce Wayne's head on that body.
Has Bruce Wayne left Gotham to hang out in Star City recently? No. Now, if I was running around the city during the day and managing it as mayor while running around at night, frightening criminals as a vigilante, that really would make me a superhero. But I'm not. I'm just the mayor. Thank you very much.
You seem to be taking this in your stride.
I've been here before with you.
Yeah, but I didn't have a photograph of you in flagrante to Arrow.
Where did Channel 52 get the photo?
Anonymous source arrived in yesterday's mail, no return address.
Let's get the envelope, let's get it to forensics, and let's figure out who leaked it.
And why?
Arrow. All new this Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow video. So if you're new to the channel, a like and a subscribe is super appreciated. So a lot is going on this week. So first of all, we have the weird kind of trailer drop that gives us a sneak peek looking into the next episode of Arrow, which is kind of weird because Stephen Amell actually put on Twitter recently that he is looking forward to this episode being aired because it allowed them to drop the coolest kind of DC reference and Easter egg that has happened so far on Arrow, and there has been a hell of a lot of them. We've got like Cord Industries, we have had hints towards Green Lantern as well, but in Supergirl we've also had Superman, and that is kind of like the biggest one so far, but it isn't on Arrow. And on Arrow, the biggest kind of thing was obviously the ones I said, and on The Flash we also had hints towards Wayne Enterprises. But here on Arrow we have had a speech from Mayor Queen. So if you haven't been caught up with Arrow, what has been going on is the fact that, well, the Green Arrow is the mayor, and he has been outed as the Green Arrow. An image of him with the Green Arrow's mask down, and you can see his full face in the outfit, is been released to the media, and he is inevitably under a massive scrutiny by the media here, which is a big thing. And he drops a hint towards Bruce Wayne. He says, well, maybe even Bruce Wayne could be under this mask. It could be anyone because the photo has been doctored, which is quite a huge thing there, to be honest. And, well, if this is going on, then maybe it leads towards the fact we might get Batman, or at least Bruce Wayne, in the show, because we've had Gotham mentioned on Supergirl, the city that is, not the TV show. Oh god, I'd love them all to cross over. But we've also as well had, like I said, Wayne Enterprises has been dropped as well in the newspaper, which is hint towards that it would be merging with the Queen Company as well. So what is going on? Will we ever see a Wayne on the show? And I think we will. I personally do think that we will actually see Bruce Wayne on Arrow in some way, shape or form. Now this is quite cool because, well, a hell of a lot of us do actually want this character on the show, and really criticism towards Green Arrow has been the fact, or the Arrow TV show, has been that he acts too much like Batman, and especially in the earlier seasons he was a lot more Batman than really Green Arrow. Maybe this is the show's creators referencing it, and I'm curious as to why they have allowed this name drop to actually happen. It really, in the big scheme of things, is not that a big deal, just a name of a character who is already obviously existing in the universe. But will Bruce Wayne actually show up? Yes, like I said, I do think it will happen, but I think it will happen at a later date, and I think that we won't get Batman on the show like we got Superman, because really Supergirl without Superman, it feels a bit odd, and not having him on the show is a real shame, which we did get last season, even though I didn't really like it personally. But I think that down the road we'll see Bruce Wayne, and this is a hint towards this, because they do love to have hints, especially on The Flash. We had DeVoe mentioned, so they do like to hint towards what's going forward in the Arrowverse, don't they? But as well, Legends of Tomorrow aired, and it was a bit of a messy episode, to be honest. I think it was a bit of a shame that it was a bit of a odd episode. They tried to do too much, I think. They tried to introduce the Crime Bureau more. They tried to have a fun adventure at the circus, which had a very, very funny Titanic reference with Martin Stein mentioning it. And of course, Victor Garber and of course Billy Zane were both in Titanic, which made me laugh as well. We both, when I was watching it with my girlfriend, we did have a good old laugh at that, as we really love the Titanic film. I mean, who doesn't love Titanic? It's one hell of a film. But they also revealed something towards the end. So in the upcoming kind of trailers and promos we've had, it's looked very much like Kuwasa is going to be the main villain of the show, and she would be reviving Damien Darhk. However, it doesn't look like this is going to be the case, because as we see at the end, we see Kuwasa is actually revived herself, because in the Vixen animated show, she actually died towards the end of the show, and she actually wanted the Inasi totem for herself. So she was with Mara McCabe trying to get the Inasi totem, but she has been revived. So she has hit that respawn, and now she is back to cause chaos. So someone is actually kind of bringing together characters in the universe. So we've got Gorilla Grodd. We've also got as well Damien Darhk coming back. Damien Darhk is someone who is actually dead as well. So it looks like this acolyte of someone called Mallus is in the show. So this acolyte mentions the name Mallus. Now, who could that actually be? Now, the problem is Mallus doesn't actually have a real tie to the DC universe, but there is someone else. Now, the Time Bureau mentioned that Rip Hunter is doing what he's doing, set up the Time Bureau to not only fix what the Legends have done, but also prepare for another threat. And this other threat, well, what could that be? This is Mallus, of course, as we saw right at the end, signposting who this could be. Now, the problem is, who would Rip Hunter be scared of? Rip Hunter would be scared of someone who could mess with time. Now, it's someone who is immortal, obviously, like Vandal Savage. He didn't seem too worried about the Legion of Doom, to be honest, because we never really saw him that scared of them. But it could be someone called the Time Trapper. And the Time Trapper is someone who exists at the end of time and is able to actually manipulate all of the timelines and everything like that. And it would make sense that someone this powerful would actually have acolytes who are preparing and getting people to stop the Legends. You'd think that they've started with people who have been villains of them in the past. Obviously, Kuwasa was a Vixen enemy, but it wasn't the Vixen that we have on the show. So this was a villain of the Legion of Superheroes as well. And, well, what is going to happen? I think this is the best bet so far, but let me know what you think your theories are down below. I'd love to know what you think, who you think this Mallus could actually be. So that's it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.